I'm stepping on? Okay, everybody thinks I'm almost 6 foot. And just a general reminder, if anybody asks if you met me, you tell them I'm at least 6'2". Okay, let the legend grow. Alright, so with that being said, my name is Skyler Ray. I'm a national touring artist in long-term recovery. How are you guys doing today? I want to say thank you guys, everybody who was showing up. Thank you guys for showing support, not just for me, but for all the other speakers that came through. It's been an incredible event since we've been here, you guys. Today is day 3. I am so excited to be a part of it, to have this opportunity. I traveled here with my fiance, my best friend, my partner in crime, Kayla Mulcahy, which we are getting married in April, so yes, indeed. You guys, so look, let me tell you this. I have been able and have the privilege to do such incredible things in my recovery. Okay, right now we are currently out on the Road to Recovery tour. And that is what me and my lady do. And what the Road to Recovery tour is, we bring recovery-focused concerts to jails, prisons, and rehabs around the country. Okay, we have done over 120 stops so far around the country. Okay? It has been absolutely amazing to be able to travel from coast to coast, city to city, get into rehab, get into jail, get into prisons, and meet people at possibly one of the lowest points in their life. Okay, these are people that are early on in recovery, might not even know that they're trying to get in recovery. A lot of these people are early on trying to find hope, trying to find strength, trying to find connection, because we all feel alone in our addiction, right? We feel like nobody understands us. And I get the demographic, the names, the cities, the streets may have changed, but at the same time, everything that we are going through, there's somebody in recovery that has went through that and overcome it. And that is what is so important about recovery and finding connection. Brotherly love, sisterly love, it's all about finding people who understand who you are. So we get a chance to make this connection with people who are in there. We get into these treatment centers. Sometimes these people have been in there 10 times and have failed every single time, and they don't know where things are going wrong. Right? Some of these people, it's their first time in there. Sometimes it's court mandated. Sometimes probation and parole officers are making them go, right? But they are there, and I'm able to go there and show that I am no one special. I am no one different. I get scared. I feel fear. I get embarrassed. I cry sometimes because I'm scared and don't know how to navigate life. But the difference is in recovery nowadays, I keep moving. I don't give up. When I need help, I ask for help. I reach out because I understand that I can't do it alone, right? Recovery didn't make me perfect. Recovery made me honest. And I think that's what it's about. I have learned so much about my past and who I am as a person. Doing step work, I haven't done it in a long time, but I have. But it was very important for me because I learned that I dealt with abandonment issues. I didn't know that. I was left on the corner at 9 years old as a kid. Okay, CPS came, picked up me and my brother. They separated us. We bounced foster home to foster home. I was 18 years old. I was homeless. I was living on the streets, shooting dope, sharing needles, getting Hep C, in and out of jail, prison. Right? I didn't know where to go next. And the crazy thing about it, the power of addiction is I didn't want anything else in my life. Okay, I thought this was it. I just was upset I kept getting caught and had to get put in timeout, right? But now that I get clean, I see that a life is worth living. A life is worth celebrating. I'm big about dreams, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so big about dreams. I wake up every single day hungry and figuring out how can I get to the next level? What can I do better? How can I achieve this goal? And how can I help as many people along the way? And so that's what I try to focus on, you guys. I'm a music artist. I've been doing music for over 23 years. I try to be as transparent as I can in my music. I don't glorify drugs. I more put it as in, this is what I've been through. These are my life lessons. I try to be honest with it. You guys, I'm just a cornball. I'm a goofy person. I love to crack jokes. I love to laugh. I love to smile. Like I said, I'm nobody special. But I do feel special because I'm able to make this connection with addicts all around the country who are in recovery and showing me that it's worth fighting for. You guys are absolutely beautiful people. I'll tell you this. being an addict, I used to look at it as like, a stigma or like a target on your back. Like everybody looks down on you. But let me tell you this. Being an addict, we are some of the most resilient people I have ever met. Because we have put ourselves through the fire time and time again. And we do it to ourselves. When we walk past that mirror, we tell ourselves nasty things like we're ugly, we're fat, we're out of shape, we're losers, we're disappointment. Right? Because of our past actions and what we've been through. We are now shedding that layer and becoming something amazing. We are becoming incredible. We are adding to society. We are proving that we are worthy, not only to everybody else, but most importantly to ourselves. And once we unlock that, we are able to make that change. We are able to become the person that we are meant to be. My key factor, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't get clean to be in recovery. I thought it was corny. I thought it was cliche. I didn't want to go to no meetings. That was forced upon me by probation and parole. They told me if you don't go to the meeting, get your slip sign, you're going straight to jail, right? And I was like, that's not something I want to do. But I got clean for music. So if you ever see my logo, it's a microphone with wings, and it's because music has gave me a second shot at life. Music led me involuntarily, without knowing, to recovery. I made a commitment to myself when I was on my prison bunk getting out, about to be 28 years old. I asked myself, what do I want to do with my life? And it was an easy answer: music. I've never wanted anything else. I wanted to do music since 9 years old. I've been doing it since 11. I'm 35 now. Okay? And I asked myself, what is the difference? What is my best shot? Okay, at being successful in this music? Because after 18 years of doing the music, I couldn't rap on beat. I couldn't do all this stuff, but I loved it. That was my passion, right? No traction, no one comes to shows. I had to buy tickets to beg a friend to come. So I said, what am I going to do different? I have never done music clean. Even at 13 years old, I was drinking and smoking in the parking lot, getting snuck around the club so I could perform. It's always been there, alcohol and drugs since an early age. You guys, this connection that I feel with music that has led me to recovery is so important, right? I got clean because that 9-year-old boy that had that dream deserves to have this dream, at least an honest shot at it. So I made a commitment to that 9-year-old boy, that inner child, that I'm going to give it everything in my willpower to make this happen. No cutting corners. I'm talking about having integrity. I'm not talking about staying clean because I'm around my parents or my friends or my probation officer or parole officer. I'm talking about doing the right thing when no one's around and those doors are closed. I made a commitment to myself. And this is what I choose to do every single day. Okay? I got clean for music. But nowadays I stay clean because the life that recovery has provided for me, I refuse to give up on. I have gained friends that have turned into family. I have gained a life that is worth living for. You guys, I live a beautiful life. I have been able to, tour around with big name artists. I've been able to rock arenas. I've been able to travel the world. I have been able to do these things that 9-year-old boy dreamed of. And the common denominator through it all is recovery. So the fact that I get to go into these treatment centers, these prisons, these jails, and speak to inmates, and all these people that are identified by a number, a Swiss number, right? And not by who they are as a person. Maybe they made mistakes in the past, but doesn't mean they can't contribute to society in a positive way. I'm able to show up for them like you guys have shown up for me. You guys, like I said, I really don't do meetings. I've never been able to shake that. It's always felt like a punishment. I haven't done step work in a long time. I'm very transparent about my recovery. But I'll tell you this. Coming out on this tour and being invited to events like this and meeting new people. Meeting strangers that become friends, that become family. You guys are what keeps me clean. This is my meeting. Music is my meeting. I share stuff in my music that I'm not comfortable saying out loud. And you guys embrace me for not being perfect. You guys embrace me for my past. The mistakes that I have made. And it's only right that I pass that forward. That brotherly love, that connection, that unity is what recovery is about. It's very important that we are able to lend a hand out if they need it. Lend a hand up, right? Because there's so many people that are wandering around lost, that are looking for that. They feel alone. They feel like nobody understands them. And that's where we come into play. Being an addict, I have learned that we can overcome so much. that life is a journey, life is a process. I make so many mistakes. I fail all the time. I cry because I get scared. I cry because I get embarrassed. I say weird stuff at awkward times, right? I'm not, but here's the thing. I accept me for who I am, and I can look that man in the mirror at night. Okay? And I am proud of who I have become, and I am more excited for my future than ever before. You guys, you don't understand. Maybe actually you do understand. That's the whole point of this, right? Is that you guys know what it's like to be lost out there. Being in that trap house, being wherever you guys use in your addiction, right? Because we're creatures of habit. To say this is going to be the last time after this shot, my drug of choice was meth. I was an IV drug user. So for me, this was going to be the last shot. And then a couple hours later, this is going to be the last shot. And it never was until I ended up in handcuffs. And then the cycle started up again. And the crazy thing about it is, not every time, and I'm sure you guys can relate to this, sometimes when I was in jail or incarcerated, I want to make that change. I would get inspired. I wonder what my mom's doing. I miss my dad. I haven't seen my brother in a long time. I wonder what they're doing. You know what? I'm going to go outside and I'm going to do good this time. I'm going to go get me a job. I never had a job, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to go get one, right? And I'm sure we can pass a lie detector test at that time because that's how serious we are. But as soon as that cell popped, you guys, like many of you, I was getting high before I made it 5 blocks down the street to check into probation and parole. This is a real stand. I remember I would be out there. I'd get locked up, do 6 months, get out for 3 days, right? Go do 9 months, get out for 6 days, go back and do another 9 months. I lasted as long as it took for the warrant to go out. In Portland, Oregon, they knew exactly where all the homeless were. It was like shooting fish in a barrel. And so it's amazing to break generational cycles. And I know it's hard for a lot of us guys, and that's why this connection is important. Because for the simple fact that a lot of us, we don't have positive role models. Our moms, our dads, our brothers, our sisters, our friends. That's all we've seen is addiction from an early age. And so for the fact that we are able to say enough is enough and it stops with me, that is what's important. I'm so proud of every single one person here today. I don't care if you got a day, an hour, or a year. You are being the change that you want to see in the community. And I want to say thank you guys for inviting me out here. It has been absolutely beautiful. You guys, I think this is tour stop number 121 or 122. And what that means is that I am grateful to be here, okay? South Carolina has absolutely been beautiful. The city is beautiful. You know, me and my lady got a chance to wake up. We walked over to the waterfront. We had coffee. We saw the sunrise. Like, tell me that ain't pretty awesome stuff, right? I'm just a kid that came, left on the corner at 9 years old, had a needle in his arm, sleeping on the sidewalks at 18 years old. I have broken those chains and I not only deserve, but I have made that commitment to live a different way. So if anybody's watching at home, if anybody's feeling doubt, I want to let you guys know that I love you, I accept you for who you are, and I want to be your guys' friend. So, you know, when this is all done, when you guys are all over, come up to me, say hello. I would love to shake your hand, give you a hug. I want to look you in your eyes. I want to hear your story. You guys are powerful. You guys are inspiration for me to take back home. Thank you guys for loving me. Thank you guys for keeping me clean. And thank you for accepting me. Okay? I love you guys so much. My name is Skyler Ray. I want to say thank you guys for having me out. Thank you.